It's Tuesday. Jesus and his apostles are about to make that 2-mile journey back from Bethany into Jerusalem. On the way there, Peter sees the fig tree that Jesus had cursed the day before, and he pointed out, and he said, "Rabbi, look, the fig tree that you cursed is withered." Jesus uses this as a moment to teach them about the power and the necessity of faith and the carrying out of the task that he's going to call them to and point them unto. As they pass by and they arrive into Jerusalem, the city is astir. Religious leaders, their anger, their animosity toward Jesus has only grown and mounted. It leads to an encounter of sorts, a confrontation, if you will. They question Jesus' authority. Jesus pronounces 7 woes on them, calling them blind leaders of the people, leading the people unto destruction, missing the point of the law and all that it testifies to. After this encounter and with other opportunities for teaching in the temple courts, Jesus and his apostles withdraw to the Mount of Olives. There on the Mount of Olives, Jesus gives what's called the Olivet Discourse. It's found in Matthew 24 and 25, and it's one of the most extensive teachings of our Lord on the end times. Jesus takes this time in the Mount of Olives to talk about the near future and the even further out future of the church. In Matthew chapter 24 and verse 3, the apostles come to Jesus, and they say to him privately, "Tell us when these things will be and what will be the sign of your coming and of the close of the age." And Jesus goes on to tell them that the sign of the coming and the close of the age will be the preaching of this gospel unto the ends of the earth. He tells them about all kinds of other things that must take place and how in the end, Jesus is going to set all things according to the right and good and eternal purpose. As he goes through the end times and offers many parables and many symbolic words to help the apostles understand what's coming, he closes out in chapter 26 when Matthew records, when Jesus had finished all these sayings that he said to his disciples, "You know that after 2 days Passover is coming, and the Son of Man will be delivered up to be crucified." Can you imagine what the disciples must have been feeling that day? Here they were thinking about this final establishment of God's reign and God's kingdom on the earth. And Jesus has just told them in no uncertain terms, 2 more days, and I'm going to be crucified. 2 more days, and the Passover lamb is going to be me. Those apostles had followed Jesus for 3 years. And this day, they had been brought into some of the most intimate teachings about Jesus' desire and design for all of creation. And now they've been told their Lord, their master, the rabbi, that he was about to be taken from them. This week has been a tough week for the apostles already. They can only imagine what the end of this week is going to bring. Tonight, as you spend time with God, today as you spend time with the Lord in his word, let me encourage you to spend some time in Matthew 24 and 25, being reminded that the crucifixion is not the end. Crucifixion is one step along the way of Jesus establishing his eternal, rightful kingdom. Let us hope in that kingdom of Christ that's being ushered to its fulfillment, even in our presence.